home, or you're a busy stay-at-home mom, you have maybe a baby, you're busy, and you know that your child has been on that screen for a long time, or maybe longer than you're comfortable him being on it. And you say, okay, enough is enough, too much. You go to him and you take the screen away, and then he cries a lot, he throws a tantrum. Today I'm going to share with you how to prevent this transition from being that bad to actually your child going to play without having big emotions about not having more screen time. My name is Marcela Collier and I'm your Parenting with Understanding coach. The reason why I'm making this video is because I've gotten comments on Instagram, on TikTok, and even here on YouTube, you moms telling me, I know it sounds bad, but my kids, they've been on screens for long periods of time now that I have to work from home because we were in quarantine. But now I see that they're kind of getting used to or getting addicted to it, and every time I try to take it away, they just cry a lot. What do I do about it? Let's talk about the reason why this happens. Screens are a very passive entertainment. Your child doesn't have to do much to be entertained. He's being entertained by that screen. They're not entertaining themselves. They're not actively seeking to stay engaged, to stay focused. They're not actively interacting with what's happening on the screen most of the time, except the times that they're playing games. But if the game is not educational, well, anyway, that's another thing. But in general terms, if they're just watching a screen, they're just being entertained. It is a passive entertainment, and when this happens, it creates a codependency in children. The more they are on screens, the more they feel they need to be entertained. And it is because they're not developing their skill to stay focused on their own during independent play or during play in general. They're not using their creativity, they're not using their problem-solving skills, they're not using all the skills that it requires for them to play with their toys. Passive entertainment is an easy way to be entertained, and children and people in general, they always go for the easy things, right? What is comfortable, what is safe and familiar, and if for them watching TV is just that's the trick to keep them entertained, that's what they're going to gravitate towards. Now, because your child is addicted to screens or really used to being entertained by screens, that doesn't mean that you cannot teach him how to stay entertained on his own. Taking the screen away is just going to take his power to be entertained, because the power doesn't rely on him, it relies on the screen. Am I saying not to take the screen away? No, I'm saying to teach him to regulate that on his own. And at first, you're going to be very involved, but with time, he's going to learn to do it himself. So the first thing that I recommend you to do is to set up times during the day that he could actually have screen time. So it is embedded in his daily routine, and he kind of expects when is that time that he is able to have screen time. For my twins, it's usually when they wake up, while they drink their milk, they watch TV, and then once it is breakfast, then the screens go away. That's the time of the day that they know they can expect screen time. The other times it is vacant time. The other times it is creativity. The other times they're not expecting it. So you can actually adjust the timing that it is always at the same time for a certain period of time. So your child's brain gets used to, this is the time the screen time happens, and I don't expect it any other time. What about while you are creating this routine? You take the screen away, you try to regulate it, and it just cries a lot. Behaviors are communication. Every single behavior that you see, your child is trying to communicate a need. Children have 5 basic needs. One of those needs is the need for power. So when it comes to passive entertainment, and remember that codependency relationship with the screen, they don't feel that they have that power, right? and you take it away, you kind of take their power away. So the idea is to empower them with the tools and the opportunities that they could engage in other type of play. You kind of help them a little bit at first. So for example, this morning my husband bought the twins this little, it was like a little Nintendo or like a little video game, and they were just on it a lot while I was doing things. And then I said, okay, like they've been on that way too long. I foster independent play. And if your child doesn't have independent play skills, you have to develop those first. My children do have them because I've been working on that with them. If you want to develop independent play skills, if you want to break the play dependency cycle, I created the system to break play dependency. I'm going to leave it in the description below, the link, and you can grab it today and start teaching them those skills. When it comes to children that already have independent play skills, this is what I did. I keep special toys that I know they like a lot in a special cabinet. So when I want to transition them out things, like for example screens, these toys, they don't get access to them every single time, every single day. It's not at their reach all the time. So when I pull them out, they're a novelty for them, even if they're not new. So I have a basket of PlayDoh and PlayDoh toys, and they have more PlayDoh in another area that they can reach, but this basket, I have it in my closet. And I took it out and I just left it in the middle of them. They were playing in the Nintendo, the thing, video game. I left it there and I didn't say anything, I just left it there. 1 minute later, I saw one of my twins dropping the video game and going to the PlayDoh. And 1 minute after that, I saw my other son dropping the video game and going to the PlayDoh. And I took the video games and I put it away. And that way, I transitioned my children from screen time to independent play without one single tear. Because when you take things away, they see it as if you are taking the power away, their control, and they see you as the bad person, right? So that's what I did. Do it, transition them with something that is going to help them foster that independent play. Now, why did I use PlayDoh? Because I know PlayDoh is a really good toy or a really good thing to foster independent play. Not all toys are good to foster independent play. There are some that are not that great, they're eye-catching, they could get engaged right away, but then they disengage. If you want to learn about the toys that actually teach and foster independent play skills, I created a video all about those toys. The toys that do and the toys that don't, and my recommendations. The video is this one, so I'll see you there. Comment below, do you have a set time for screen time? If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to receive Parenting with Understanding content every single week. Okay? I'll see you next time, and keep parenting your children with understanding.